Alright, so check it. Today is the last day of the trading, Friday the 30th of December. So I'm doing the end of the analysis of my portfolio and what I did and didn't do and what I learned and all that good stuff. So let's start off with how much I put into this portfolio. Alright, so we're going to start from January of this year, right? So January I put in $1,000. February I put in 1,045, 700, 1,000, and 500. I skip March, skip April, and I put in $2,000 in May. And I put $1,000 in June. That was when the market bottomed, the first bottom I should say. And then in July I put another 1,000, another 1,000 in July. In September I put in 500, 350, 600. And then the second bottom was October. So I put in another $800, the $300, 1,000, 1,000. The start of the year, I had an $800 option call. I lost that, so altogether it was $10,800. But with the $800 loss on the option call, call it 10 grand. So I put 10 grand into this portfolio, and all that 10 grand was buying stocks. I did no option call this year, except for one last week, in the Nasdaq, and I made $200 off that. So other than those two option calls, all this is just straight buying stocks. Now the second part now is stocks that I sold out my portfolio. PayPal, I made a video about that. It's supposed to be a long-term play into the metaverse, but as far as the changes with the policy about the fining people for freedom of speech, and then the stock didn't go where I wanted to go when they announced that they're gonna partner with Amazon. So those two things, I was like, let me get out of there. I had it for a year. I bought it 2020 November, and I sold all of it out. I sold all of it out in December, like at the beginning of December. So I put a year into it, and I lost the most money out of PayPal. Like half the money I put into it, I lost 50%, which is, it's part of the game. You live and you learn. So I'm not mad about that. Google, I bought Google like in October, and I sold a month later because it's already an established company, so I know it's not that much room for growth, and also no dividends, so it doesn't really help me having it long term. So I changed my mind about Google, and I came out of that. Lost a little bit of money on it, not much. Realty income. The simple answer is I find a better REIT that gives me more shares for the same amount of money. So that's what I got out of realty income. I might get back into it. It's just that now I found a better stock that gives me more money for the same, give me more shares for the same amount of money. That's what I got out of realty income. I might get back into it though. I don't know when, but I might get back into it eventually. Charles River. This was supposed to be a long-term play also, but I did some research and I don't like their practices of how they test out their medication. Test out their the medication and their devices and all that stuff. So it was more of a moral thing with Charles River. So I got a Charles River and XLK. I had XLK for like 2-3 years, and it wasn't really moving with how I wanted to move. So I got out of XLK, and I got into a better tech stock. And also it's an ETF, so you gotta pay a fee. So that's another reason I got XLK. So altogether, I got out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I sold 5 stocks, in total this year out of my portfolio, and I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I took out 5 and added like about 5. Alright, so year to date, I'm down 19.8%. I'm down 11,033 and 45 cents. The S&P is down, I believe, 17%, and the Nasdaq is down, I think, like 29%, and Dow Jones is up. So I'm right in line with the S&P 500 as far as loss. My goal for next year is to hit 100K. When the market comes back and it gets rolling again, my goal is to hit 100K. That's gonna more than double what I have right now, but that's the goal. As far as now, my main goal is just to buy stocks, not really options, because options, you could lose money in, whatever the case may be. So I'd rather just dump money in stocks right now, and then when the market comes back into an uptrend, then I'll get back into options. So my goal right now is just to buy as much stock as possible. So I'll start putting more money next month, which is January, and I'll start buying more stocks. So that's the end of the year analysis. So I'm down 19% this year, which is it's decent, right around the S&P 500. So not more. I have about 1, 2, 3. I have about 3 stocks that are down. No, 2 stocks are down more than 50% right now, and they're both not a major part of my portfolio. Both of them is 5% or lower, so it's not a big thing. And one of them pay me dividends, so it buys more shares of itself at a lower price, which is good. So I'm not worried about that. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with my decision this year to not buy options and just stick to buying stocks at low prices. So hopefully it goes down some more. I can buy some more stocks. It should make one more dip. My prediction, one more dip, and touch pre-COVID levels, and then from there it should be a uptrend. So I'm banking on that dip to buy more stocks. So that's it for this year-end analysis.